last time. Oh,
Oh, great. Then there's no you in that interview.
perfect.
Well,
Hi,
too
Nancy.
bad.
Sorry.
It's okay. I thought I was the first one, but I guess not.
Second, first worst, second best. That's what they say.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, congratulations with Things Will Be Different.
Thanks.
This
Thank
is
you.
a different sci-fi thriller. We don't get to see some funky, funny looking aliens.
Mm.
Just us.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just the human ones.
Yeah.
So besides that, what was it that attracted you to want to be a part of this project?
Adam?
Riley? Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
I think that the main thing that attracted me to this project was the sibling relationship. And I think that is always the thing that grounds me in each scene, no matter how much of, the lore that we're dealing with, what happens if this happens and this happens and all of that. I could just look at Riley and feel complete in that scene because I knew that Riley and I had done so much work together, and for some odd reason, we are brother and sister, and I don't know how it
Weirdly.
happened,
Yeah.
but we got separated somehow. So that really was what drew me to it was Joe's relationship with Sid, I think,
Yeah.
and also the team. It's a team of a bunch of Florida State grads, and who all went to film school at Florida State, and I went to acting school at Florida State, not at the same time, a bit older than they are, but that kind of all lended itself to just wanting to like get in there and have an awesome time with it
Yeah.
all.
I felt like I was the only person on set that was not from Florida State.
Mhm.
But I think similarly to Adam, it was the sibling dynamic. And I remember meeting with Michael, our director, and he was talking about how close he was with his sister. And so much of Joe and Sid's relationship is based on their relationship. And it's very nice working with filmmakers that are connected to the story and have like a personal stake in the relationships. So immediately when I met with Michael, I was like, oh, this is a sweet, creative human that I want to work with. And also I just want to say it was really nice to play a character that just had to talk with her brother
Mhm.
instead of being like sexualized in any way or like romanticized. That's great. I love doing that too, but this was the first time that it was just a platonic sibling relationship and I love it so much.
Yeah, it
And
felt
most
just much more real and in a deeper sense. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
and most can relate. I mean, most of us have siblings, so there's
Hmm.
always those conflicts and things you do for them, and then other times we're a little selfish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah. What's the advantage of having a small cast?
Oh, I mean, speed is one of the
Yeah.
biggest things because, Riley and I were, we were shooting a lot of it out of order. And, um, we, Alyssa, who was our costume designer, was like, had this master list of just everything. So we would come in, throw on this and put on that. You had a hat, boom, 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 we're out again.
Yeah,
And
she was incredible.
amazing. So with Riley and I having done as much homework as we had done before ever arriving, um, we knew that we were on the same page. So we could, get through, do the thing, and be on the same page, and nothing suffered because of it.
Mhm.
If we needed another take, there was time because of the fact that the way that Michael runs a set is like clockwork because he's an
Yeah.
editor and he knows exactly what he needs. And so with that, we don't have to play around and get coverage of things that we'll never use because Michael
Yeah.
knows exactly what he wants to use. And Michael knows the story so well because, obviously he wrote it, but also he's lived it for so long that we just had this kind of, I don't know, like this like language together that we
Yeah,
knew.
everyone was just in sync. And I
Yeah.
think to your point of like being able to ask for another take or anything like the beauty of having for the majority of the film just the two of us is that like we all the connection that we were able to build because of that because we were spending every single moment together just helped our connection so much. Like if we played siblings that hated each other and didn't want to speak to each other, and we'd have to be separate the whole time. Like I don't think you and I would have been able to hang out as much as we did. And I think, yeah, it helped us so much.
But also the other side of that, having a small cast, we also had a very small crew.
Yeah.
And our crew, every single person on that crew treated this film like it was their own, that they were
Yeah, it
putting
was
the
so,
money behind it. I
yeah.
mean, they were hustling like you would not believe, and in some of the worst conditions,
Yes.
and never rolling their eyes, only just wanting to add to the experience and add to the shot and do all these different things. And that alone, like that atmosphere, we could crank, and we all knew that we were together, which was amazing.
Yeah, and everyone was like offering their creative best. And I think that there was space to offer up suggestions, and that's a compliment to Michael, I think, because he was really open to suggestion.
A lot of times I wonder when it's a small cast if you feel additional pressure because it's just, in this case, for example, it's just you two in the shots.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but also, I would agree that, like, I've been in a two-hander play where it's just me and another person on stage for an hour and a half, and that's stressful. Because you kind of have to hold their attention throughout this entire thing. I think that Riley and I benefit from a great story, and a story that moves, a story that's lean, that doesn't have any, fat around the edges to take people's attention away. It drives. And so I think that as long as we were buckled in and we were, in the car together, we could just, rely on the fact that we had such an amazing story that was going to keep people's attention. And I knew that my relationship with Riley and Joe's relationship with Sid was so strong that that took a lot of the pressure away. But I agree, there is that moment where you're like, oh my God, when I'm not talking, you're talking. When you're not
I
talking,
I
I'm
kind of
talking.
love that though, because like I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like I do my best when I'm surviving on chaos and
Hmm.
and adrenaline. And there is so much of that that you kind of like have no other option but to like do it.
Hmm.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Because I feel
also
like I get like tired if I'm like sitting around too
oh
much.
yeah, no, and
So
there
I
was
want to
none of
be,
that. And not only that, like I trusted Riley so much. I trust currently as well, but on set, I trusted Riley so much that I knew that going into a scene that she had me, and
yes, and
and
vice
vice
versa. Yeah, yeah,
versa.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that made it like enjoyable.
Yeah, it was like a total safe space within each other.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, rightly, you have a little bit of Sydney who worked so well under pressure.
Mm.
Thanks. I like to think so. Maybe I'm wrong and completely delusional, but I like to think that I'm pretty okay under pressure. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations with this film.
Thank you so much for
Thank
watching.
you.
I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
speaking with you.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you
Have a good
too.
day.
Bye bye.